This module will help us understand the value of doing a financial needs analysis. Our objectives for today are: first, we want to understand and have a better appreciation of our Access Solutions tool and have an increased confidence in using the Access Solutions, especially in presenting our 4 basic needs. So our outline for this workshop is as follows. We'll talk about the client's perspective when we talk about financial planning, the different myths that come with financial planning, the financial needs analysis and its components, and then we'll go on to talk about concept selling, our 4 needs, and we'll end with power phrases. All right. They say our financial life is like a Rubik's Cube. When we move one side, another side gets affected. And that is a difficulty when we talk about finances. A lot of our clients wish that they had these. They want a good house. They want traveling or vacations, a good car, education. They want a comfortable retirement, and even they want to have a rich legacy they pass on. However, the reality is meager salary, health issues, credit card bills, and even loans, rising educational costs, and even volatile markets. Now, we talk to different types of clients. Okay. When we are faced with the young clients, they usually have these problems. First, they switch jobs frequently. They also apply for credit cards or loans. And this generation or this type of clients usually live as if there's no tomorrow. You only live once, they say. We move on higher and we talk to those in their middle age, and we have suddenly clients who are faced with heavy loans, overburdened by heavy loans. They start taking high risk for instant money, and they rely heavily on employer benefits. So we move another step up and talk to those when we are faced with those who are in their retirement age or nearing retirement. These clients now have problems such as they only prefer fixed instruments. And when we talk about fixed instruments, it's a low rate of return. And they also fail to consider their longevity risk. As they grow older, naturally health deteriorates. And they also have liabilities that until they are old do not end. Okay? So we are faced with different types of clients. How do we address them? How do we address each problem? When you talk about financial planning, you must have these 3 components. Clear goal, a clear analysis of where the client is today, and how can we get to their goal? How do we bridge that gap? Financial planning is a dynamic process of meeting your life goals through efficient management of finances. Keywords: dynamic. It does not happen once. Dynamic, it happens continuously, over and over again. An ideal planning should be at least once a year. Also, you see here efficient management. When we do planning, we don't only plan for the sake of planning. It is important that when we plan, it results in an efficient management of the finances of the client. So, when you look at these pictures, what comes to mind? For our clients, we want to take these pictures away and give them this peace of mind. And that's what financial planning must bring for our clients. So we'll now talk about the different myths our clients think about when it comes to financial planning. First, myth number 1, only rich people need financial planners. The truth is, financial planning is for anyone who wants to organize their finances, set money goals, and make a plan to reach these goals. regardless of their status. So financial planning is not only for the rich, it is for everyone. Myth number 2. My finances are simple. I can just go at it alone. The truth is, a financial planner could offer insight, possibly bringing up options you may not have discovered on your own. For our client, a financial planner can help them see things they cannot see themselves. That's a truth that we want to remind our clients about. Myth number 3, financial planners help people only with investing. The truth is, a good financial planner should be able to help with the whole money life. And what is that? It includes budgeting, insurance, estate planning, and retirement planning, among other needs. It is not limited to investment. Myth number 4, once I hire a financial planner, I don't need to do anything. The truth is, a good financial planner will require your input. It is, remember I mentioned, it's a dynamic process. Part of it being dynamic, it must be a two-way street. It requires a client's input and they would want to partner with the client. A financial planner partners with the client. After all, it is the client's life goals that they are working on. Myth number 5, financial planners are interested only in making money. And we know that the truth about this is it's important a client looks for someone who is a fiduciary. What does that mean? This means that a financial planner has met certain qualifications and is held to a standard requiring that the planner puts the client's interest first. When you know that a financial planner has qualified for these standards, you know that you are in good hands and he will not think about his own money, but he will put the client's interest first, always. And our last myth, very much related to myth number 5. Myth number 6, you don't need to pay attention to the credentials of your financial planner. The truth is, those letters that follow a financial planner's name are very important. This shows that the financial planner has demonstrated knowledge across many different financial topics, and this will bring the level of expertise that those without credentials cannot bring. Our next topic is the financial needs analysis and its components. Now, what is financial needs analysis, or FNA? A financial advisor, when doing financial needs analysis, gathers information on the client's overall financial situation and goals, and then analyzes this information and then recommends a financial product that is considered to be suitable to the client's needs. So when we look at FNA, there are different elements to it. First, there must be a clear financial objective. There must be a clear level of risk that the client is willing to take. The financial situation, assets, liabilities, cash flow, and income of the client must be also clear. There should also be a clear laying down of the current investment portfolio or current financial portfolio of the client. It should also be clear how many number of dependents does this client have. And lastly, there should be a clear time horizon to when the client wants to achieve this financial goal. Now, the steps of a good FNA involve the following. First, you establish the relationship. This should always be the beginning of a financial planning meeting. Next, you gather data. You evaluate the client status. You develop the financial plan. You implement this plan and you monitor the recommendations. Again, it's a dynamic process. It does not happen one time. And when you look at these steps, you will see that our AXA solutions include all the steps. Establishing the relationship, you talk about yourself, who you are, what you do, and the company AXA. You gather data, you ask the client why it is important that he is prioritizing this goal. and you evaluate the client status. You ask him, what are your provisions in regards to this goal? You develop the financial plan. You propose a solution, a product. You implement this plan. You convince the client to start this plan today. And then you continually meet with the client. After letting him start the plan, it is a dynamic process where you continue meeting with him, monitoring his status. Now, at this point, we've been talking about why F&A is valuable to our clients. I want to show you the benefits of F&A to you, the financial planner. First, persistency. Next, case size. And third, case count. Talk about persistency. It is very important that the plans that you sell to your clients remain in force. Persistency is a big factor for you to be able to receive your bonuses. And for a client to realize the value of the plan that he purchased from you, clients are most likely to keep their policies because you did a good F&A. When clients buy for the right reasons, they will do everything to keep that policy. Next, case size. Real needs will always have high coverage. Imagine this, it is common for us to tell a client and say, okay, get this plan, mura lang to. 1 million coverage, 40,000 a year. But think about it. For a normal family, 1 million who have dependents, how long will that last? But when you do an F&A, a good F&A, asking the situation of the client, number of dependents, family status, needs are always much higher than a simple 1 million plan. When you start talking about needs, higher coverage becomes a necessity. And lastly, case count. People have multiple needs. We go through different life stages. That's part of our script. Or even in one life stage, we will see that multiple needs are most commonly present. And when you do F&A, you will uncover these multiple needs. When you do a financial needs analysis, you will have to address different needs that arise. And there is no one product that could address all the different needs. That is why the chances of having more cases will be higher. So we move on and we talk about needs-based and value-based selling. Let's define these two and how are they common, how are they different. First, need. A need is basic and uncomplicated. A want is desired and wanted for. Now, we want to bring our clients to a realization of what they need based on their family situation, on their life stage. But to bring them to a realization of why it is important that they address this need, that is making them want it. That is helping them realize the value of that need. So let's focus first on needs-based selling. Needs-based selling focuses on identifying and fulfilling the customer's needs. Is it education? Is it for retirement? Is it for income protection? Is it for health? So these four needs are always the four needs that any client will go through. And we ask them to prioritize what do they need right now. That is need-based selling. So first, education. Why does a client want to plan for education? It is every parent's dream to provide the best education to their children. However, the problem is quality education comes with a price. And the best schools are usually the most expensive ones. Take a look at this. As an estimate, top schools will have this cost. LaSalle, Ateneo, two of the most expensive schools. And every parent would not want to tell their own child that I cannot bring you to that school because I cannot afford it. So education is a need, especially for a parent with a young child. Next, retirement. We all look forward to a comfortable life after climbing the corporate ladder or after building your own business empire. The problem is when we retire, income ceases, either it ceases or it slows down. Now, retirement becomes the time where we have all the time to do what we want, but not all the money. And with retirement, the statistic shows that 87% of Filipinos have no form of retirement plan. 75% of senior citizens usually live poorly or rely on others, and only 1% are living in luxury. The sad truth is Filipinos usually think about their retirement plan by having more and more children, hoping that at least one of them will be successful enough to raise them from their poverty. Next need, income protection. Living life to the fullest with peace of mind and security. If there's one need that life insurance addresses the most, it is income protection. And it answers the basic question, what will happen to the dependents when the breadwinner is taken out of the picture? The statistics show here in the Philippines, and this is sad, not many Filipinos believe in the importance of life insurance. Statistics show that only 15% of Filipinos have life insurance coverage. And this contributes to the cycle of poverty wherein one family, one generation to the next continue in that line, where no more breadwinners are able to provide for their dependents. And the last need, health. We want to protect our future when a major medical or health emergency happens. The problem here is there is a rising cost of medical expenses, and when we get sick, it can be very expensive. How will the family cope? What will happen to the family's finances when this unexpected need arises? The problem is when we look at the statistics when it comes to paying for medical expenses, bottom line shows us that 53% of healthcare expenses are shouldered out of pocket. Even if you have your own HMO, even if the government could subsidize part of the expenses, it falls down to the statistic that half, at least half, will be shouldered out of pocket. And this is either taken from their own savings or, worse, they borrow from others. Now, that leads me to a very important principle on financial planning. This is the hierarchy of financial needs. You will see that it's a triangle with different levels, and the bottom level being the most important, the foundation of the entire triangle, and that is health. Health planning followed by the next level, which is protection. Protection is the next important level after health. Only after addressing these two needs, protection and health, should we go and plan for savings and investments and eventually retirement. Because the truth is, when anything happens, unexpected, critically ill, or the breadwinner passes away, savings, investment, retirement, none of these will be left untouched. It will all go to address the need for protection and health. That is why that should be your foundation. Your triangle must have protection and health as its foundation. So we move on and talk about value-based selling. Now, value-based selling focuses on creating the desire to address the need. A client says, okay, I want retirement, I want health planning, I want education, I want income protection. Why do you want this need, Mr. Client? Why is it important for you to address this need? And when you talk to a client, through your questioning, in fact, our script has this line of questions that you should ask your client. You want your client to realize by himself any of these three values: love, peace of mind, and security. any time that the client realizes that this is the reason why he will get that need, you have already established the value of addressing the need of education, retirement, income protection, or health. And the last module, power phrases. Power phrases stimulate your customers' feelings and trigger, very important, an emotional decision to buy from you, to buy and start the plan that you are offering. Now, the key to a sale is an interview, but the key to an interview is a disturbing question, and that is your power phrase. You want to come off as someone who really believes, believes in the product, believes in the purpose of your financial planning, wherein you, because you believe, your client will also believe, and you use power phrases. Most people buy not because they believe, but because the salesman believes. How to use power phrases? 2 parts, 2 steps. Briefly discuss a fact which you feel is important to the prospect. A fact such as, this is your retirement fund when you reach age 65. This is your education fund when your child reaches age 18. And then use a power phrase to evoke emotions from your client. Let me give you an example. Mr. Prospect, did you know that the average cost for a 4-year course 15 years from now is estimated to be at 2.5 million pesos? That's a fact. Here is the power phrase. If we are willing to spend that amount for properties and cars, don't you think it is important also to save half, at least half of that amount for your children's tuition? And with that question, you evoke the emotion from your client, helping them see the value of starting an educational plan today. Now, there are many more power phrases that we teach, and in fact, this can be found in your ARA manual. So we want you to go and take a look at your power phrases so that you may help your client see the value. You may raise emotions in them so that they will see the value of addressing the need that they want to prioritize. So to recap, our workshop objectives were to have an increased Access Solutions appreciation and to have more confidence in using Access Solutions and presenting especially the 4 basic needs. I'm confident that after seeing what you just watched, you now have an increased appreciation of Access Solutions, increased confidence, and you'll be able to present need-based selling and value-based selling of our F&A. Thank you for watching.